What's up, humans, and welcome to our new Psicoactivo. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, so today I am going to do at least try to do two videos because there is a lot of news out there that happened recently. One of the videos that I wanted to do was about a podcast that I listened to yesterday on the Joe Rogan Experience with Mr. Duncan Trussell. If you guys don't know who Duncan Trussell is, he's a fellow comedian of Joe Rogan. He has the Duncan Trussell Family Hour, his own podcast. He's very keen on speaking about phenomena in general. He's had multiple pods with Joe. They're really good friends. They have like this running gag for each of their podcasts where they dress up. Sometimes you see them as astronauts. Today you see them as priests, which is why they're dressed like that. I don't know if it has anything to do with October because of Halloween, but this is not the first time they dress up for a podcast. At the very end of the pod, they have a very interesting conversation that a lot of people have been pondering and wondering about, which is about 3i Atlas. I already did a recent video where I speak on how I think that leaning into the remote viewing aspect of it, predictions aspect of it, or the fear mongering aspect of it is probably the worst idea. I maintain that. I am not saying that Dr. Avi Loeb is doing that fear mongering. I'm saying that with the speculation that he's been doing, that invites a lot of conspiracy prone people to try and dig into this without the proper knowledge to do so. Because most of the people talking about this are not astronomers, they're not scientists, they don't know much about comets. We're only relying on what Dr. Loeb is saying, but there are plenty of other astronomers in the world that are looking at 3i Atlas, and they're all in the same boat, or most of them are, that 3i Atlas is a comet. I don't know why there's this hype around it. It's really weird. It's also really weird that there's some information about 3i Atlas since the government shut down that hasn't been shared with the public. And that is concerning. I'm not going to lie. There are also many anomalies with 3i Atlas that are strange, but not outside of the realm of possibility. It's just like we haven't seen many objects coming from outside of the solar system. We don't know what type of environment there is where these objects come from. So any anomaly that can be identified about 3i Atlas, I think we need to leave like a small window open for it to be just anomalous, but not necessarily mean that it's an alien spaceship, which is what has been said a lot. There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation about this comet. And I think that Professor Loeb needs to go on a show where he is challenged about this entire thing because he's been cranking out those articles nonstop. And I'm guessing that Joe is going to prepare very well for it because he's just as curious as everybody. So I hope that he gets to challenge Dr. Avi Loeb. I say this because Joe just confirmed that Dr. Avi Loeb is going to be on Rogan soon. I don't know if very soon. I hope so. So he can talk to us more about it. And so Joe can challenge him a little bit. I hope that Joe does it though. But this exchange is very interesting. And I'm going to watch it with you guys in the Duncan Trussell interview with Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan Experience. So here it is.
That's what the alien agenda is.
Well, I mean,
They power the city. They look, we'll take care of your problems.
dude, this is real. I am not comfortable with this Comet Atlas.
I know.
And I, like, you know,
We've got Avi Loeb coming on to talk about it.
He's amazing. I had him
There
on our
it
podcast
is.
a long time ago. He put up with my
A
ass.
lot of people in the beginning were saying that it's bullshit. It's a comet. Why is he saying this? He's risking his reputation. But then as time's going on, they're going, "What? This is weird. This thing's really weird."
Well, it's the what? Okay, first of all, it's important to note that one thing that titillates my dumbass is it just so happens the government shutdown coincides with when we could use the satellites on Mars to get pictures of that fucking thing. So we're not getting pictures. They did release a picture of it
Wait a
yesterday.
minute. The government shutdown is stopping us from getting pictures of this thing?
Yes. Yes.
That's insane.
That's insane. Now there's
That's so insane. They should open that up.
I mean, it seems like that's really weird. Did you see the images that just came in though? The Europeans got an image of it. And
It's weird looking.
It's weird looking, but I don't know what a comet looks like. So
I don't know what a comet looks like, and I don't know why it's weirder than other comets.
But it
That's why
does seem like it's going loop, loop. It's like rolling in a weird way, but it's the gas, right? It's like it's what it's releasing is the weird part.
Well, the weird part is coming from the same part of the universe where the wow signal came from.
Yeah. That's weird.
That's weird.
That's fucking weird.
That's
dude.
weird. Because that wow signal, what it was like 70 seconds long? Some very strange coded signal that was 70 seconds long.
You know what else is?
That wow signal part comes from an Abby Loeb article. And you might want to check that out too, because there's people even contesting that. So check it out.
As weird as Jeremy Corbell said, a bunch of people are going to start saying there's a mothership coming to Earth and don't believe him. Remember he was saying that?
Yeah, what's that all about? Why did he know that?
I don't know.
You got to tell people why you know something like that. You can't just say that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So Joe kind of taking a small dig at Jeremy Corbell for not coming clean on what he knows about this lie that he says was going to be propagated soon about this alleged incoming craft. You guys remember that one? The really cringy one that seemed prepared on TMC. But yeah, it's a concern that anybody should have about what could potentially be just another psyop. And it kind of seems like it could be another UFO psyop. It's really disconcerting, if you ask me, because I have friends and acquaintances who are astronomers here in Baja. And they all agree that this comet is strange, yeah, but because it's from outside of the solar system and it has characteristics that we don't know from this solar system, that does not mean that it can't have different characteristics we didn't know about. It's disconcerting to hear this narrative. You just have to look at all the different headlines from different media outlets, especially the more sensationalistic ones. It's very disappointing because people who are really serious about this and who are very excited about a new object, new comet going through the solar system can't take this seriously if we keep getting bombarded by misinformation like this. I'm happy that this is being talked about in such a big platform like Joe, because they're also smelling something weird and funny. But let's continue.
Like, how do you know? How do you know that it's not really a mothership? How do you know they're going to say it's a mothership?
Well, Corbell, he's got to do this tightrope walk because somehow he does have inside contacts, but if he says too much, he puts his whole life in danger.
It's such a spy TV show. Dude, so much of it seems like a spy TV show. So much of it seems like a well-written psyop.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I think it's a slow trickle of disclosure. It's a slow recognition that we're not alone. That they've calculated that the only way to do this and not disrupt society entirely.
So next, I am going to show you something that I was just given by one of the followers of the show, one of you guys. It's a video from a month ago. So this video from a month ago, it's an unlisted video that I do have to show you because this is from a page called Noir Lab Astro. They apparently used frames to compile a video that were captured by the Gemini multi-object spectrograph on Gemini South at Cerro Pachón in Chile. And this is something that puzzles me though, because there's people that have said that 3i Atlas doesn't have a tail or a coma. And this kind of seems like it, but I want to show you this video because there's another object on this right side of the screen that is also moving, which is kind of weird. But you can see clearly this does have a tail or a coma, as they say. And you can see that other object that is moving. So why did they unlist this video? I don't know. But it does seem really weird that we're getting a lot of different headlines talking about this object as if it's something from a science fiction film. It's strange. And again, I don't want to be misconstrued here. I don't think it's Dr. Avi Loeb's fault, but I do think he has been playing a role in this. He's not doing it intentionally, I don't think. I will always give people a way out when it comes to these topics. I genuinely think that he has the scientific curiosity that is needed to discover stuff that is really profound and anomalous. But I would have a different approach compared to him. Perhaps a good way to compare who is taking a better approach than the other, I would say, and it's someone that is going through a very similar situation compared to Dr. Loeb, but she's taking a much more backseat type of approach. And I'm talking about Dr. Beatriz Villarroel. They're both in the astronomy world, they're both PhDs. Dr. Villarroel is much more reserved when it comes to giving out her opinions. And I do appreciate that a lot about her because she knows that she needs to be more cautious with everything she does. And if you look at her paper that is currently in the process of either being approved or not for publication, she discusses this thoroughly and she goes through many different scenarios and many different debunks that could happen when it comes to her work about the transients. That's how thorough you need to be. And you also need to have like a not so public presence in the media. I mean, it's okay to do a few interviews, but Dr. Loeb has been all over the place in the mainstream media. And that's the result, you know, people thinking it could be a psyop. It's a slippery slope. Let me know what you think about this conversation between Duncan and Joe. I thought it was very interesting. And let me know what you think about Dr. Loeb's work and about Three Eye Atlas and what do you think it is. Would be really unfortunate if it is a psyop or they're using it as a psyop, which kind of seems like some people might be doing. Concerning. Let me know what you think. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That's all you need to do in order to help us, and it is what helps us the most. So thank you. But if you want to support us in other ways, there's a few links down there you can choose from. You can become a member on YouTube, or you can support us through KGRA. Anything you choose to do is always appreciated. So thank you. That's it for me today on this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, stay curious and inquisitive, like Duncan Trussell, always. Bye.